if they want to find the win condition. And here we go. We're getting the poke composition coming through from RA so far.
I mean, if you go for the Kai'Sa here, I think you have a pretty good spot, though, because, like, Ultra Prime can still take something like Kai'Sa, maybe something like an Ornn here in the top lane for Zoom as well. Like, the range advantage works out when you don't have a ton of engage tools that Ultra Prime can now draft pretty handily for this. So, I mean, they will take the Nautilus, and I think you just take the Kai'Sa, and again, just look to go for more and more engage tools to close the gap on right now.
Yeah, it's a very terrifying first trio pick, but it's immediately RA picking up the Braum as their third pick before going into the ban phase here. And I think that will be interesting to see where that kind of fits into the mold here as this frontline tank for the rest of the poke composition of RA.
Yeah, it can be good in just denying things like the Nautilus engage, like trying to dissuade things like the Zoom going for the Ornn and that in the top lane, but I still think like things like a Sion can go really well into that top side. Like, you should be pretty okay. My big question though is if Ultra Prime start to ban away some of the jungles, what do you actually try and go for here? Like, if I was Ultra Prime, I'd ban Trundle, maybe start to look for bans like Kindred and this kind of stuff as well for Lei. Like, just try and make sure that you can't have any sort of survivability for the backline, or even just something that can help to dissuade engages like a Trundle.
Yeah, very true. We've seen some interesting things from Lei so far. I mean, we've already seen the Nocturne from him this split as well as the mainstay junglers of the Wukong, the Viego, and the Graves as well, the Rek'Sai last game. But I do want to see what it all pans out to be, at least especially looking at how impactful the jungle has been in this series so far, and how boom or bust the jungle has been so far. I feel like you really need a pick that's going to make it stand out, as we do get the GP banned by Rare Adam. Waiting on the last ban from Ultra Prime. Wonder if we're going to see more of that jungle pool pinched.
Yeah, I think they're trying to question if they go for the Rek'Sai ban, because
Yeah.
Rek'Sai, okay, there you can go, is like actually relatively good at finding peel as well and can give a little bit of structure to the early game here for Rare Adam. But I mean, Leon, just going to look at the Diddley and go, hey, you know what, this comp that already has a ton of poke needs? More poke!
Let's put two together. It's like peanut butter and jelly. We'll see how it works out, though. I like that combo. I would appreciate the Leon Nidalee. We'll see what it ends up being, though, as they're going to save that pick. Potentially, I mean, I guess it could be a Sejuani jungle, but we've been seeing a lot of Sejuani top, and they lock it in before Ultra Prime finish out their draft.
Yeah, it looks like they're super worried about like Zoom trying to go for this kind of big engage tool, but I wouldn't have been as worried about something like the Sejuani. I also don't think we'll see the Zoom's Ornn come in, just because you can get blocked by the Braum, but we'll have to see exactly what they want to go for. I think you just want something like a Sion or something here that can actually like have a decent time on the top side, but just run in towards Rare Adam and find those windows of opportunity to engage.
Yeah, we've already seen this Ion today as well earlier on, and it's the Ornn they actually go with, so they're just going with the scaling aspect. They engage there to go with the Talia that they locked in for Prime.
Yeah, I wasn't even sure if we get something like a Camille in the top side, something that provides that lockdown, but it does feel like now, okay, you get the Ornn ult, but you're still going to have the Braum be able to block up a lot of that. You're not going to have, like, the Sejuani has a really good matchup into the Ornn in a lot of situations as well, but it is actually going to be Lien piloting the Sejuani, and Cube will get the counter pick, which will be this Aatrox in the top side.
Yeah, I know I saw Kelsey on Twitter say, no more blinding Sejuani. Well, hey, we're going to get it in jungle, so no need for that one anymore. I can appreciate this, though, adaptation from Rare Adam, trying to find something that can facilitate the lanes a little bit more, maybe take away a little bit of that priority in terms of Lien being the carry, but being more of a facilitator. I still think the Sejuani early skirmish is going to be insane, but it's all about where these early pathings go. Do we see Hacker be proactive, where we've seen that success now from Ultra Prime?
Yeah, I think for Ultra Prime trying to play up towards this top side is going to be... for Rare Adam trying to play up towards this top side, it's going to be your best bet. Where you're able to utilize the Sejuani passive alongside this melee Aatrox to set that up, get some kills onto the Ornn, and then have this Aatrox become another big damage threat in the composition. Because I think the Kai'Sa will have a good time against the Ezreal, but if you end up in a late game team fights where Kai'Sa is trying to kill her instinct in and she's suddenly in arm's reach of this Aatrox, that's where a lot of the issues can start to stem from. And honestly, your Ezreal and your Corki are just fine to scale up, so having this another threat in case Ultra Prime are able to close the gap is going to be a good shout, but we'll have to see exactly how this early game is going to play out.
At this point, what I'm feeling is that we're about to get another 50-minute banger. That we're about to get both teams taking it slow, taking it respectful, and they're going to scale up into infinity, and we're just going to get both of them swinging at each other. That could happen, but it also could go a little bit skirmish heavy. I guess we'll find out as the final game of the day kicks off. It's Ultra Prime going up against Rare Atom in a full-length series that has been an interesting one to state, as both teams have come out with very different looks.
Still, though, you can see Rare Atom definitely going to be opting in towards the later push of the game. Double first strike coming in. Even the tier picked up for iBoy in the bot lane as well. They are all very much about, hey, look, we want to try and get as much gold as quickly as possible onto these long-range carries. Whereas on Ultra Prime side, definitely going to be looking to see how Hacker can link up a Crine in his mid lane, if he can get that damage onto Strive and unlock Crine to start rotating around the map.
And indeed, we will see the, maybe for the first time. Okay, no, I was going to say Hacker's going down the bottom side. Maybe we're going to get the same side starts, but that's something that I do want to keep an eye on that's been interesting. To me, rather, I know you were explaining it a little bit in game number 2, but the pathing differences that we've seen with Lan, where he's gone consistently for the full clear, even to the Krugs, where Hacker has consistently tried to go for something a little bit quicker. Let's see what they go for this time, as well as we haven't seen the Sejuani jungle. And so I'm very excited to kind of pick into that a little bit and see where that skirmishing lies with that pick, because again, crucial piece to the puzzle for both these teams are these junglers, and this one's a new one.
Yeah, and Leon should be able to get some early ganks off, and will be a little bit slow just on his initial clear, but once he starts to stack up some points into the W, should be relatively okay. The big question though is, as Hacker once more starts to go for a full clear, if Leon can actually find a window as iBoy?
Yikes, iBoy? He's just dead. He commits his life. He realizes there's not a way for him to get out. He's already flashed. He's already used everything.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have the TP to get back to lane, so shouldn't miss out on any of the CS, but that's a big whoopsie, and giving that advantage towards Elk and Chelsea already is going to be crucial as this game... Oh, wait a second.
Oh, Zoom survives. He's got the healing there. He knows what he's doing up there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see what Leon's pathing is now going to be, because there is always the opportunity to try and go for some sort of dive on towards Zoom, especially if a few more of these Qs hit from Cube, but we'll have to see, as this has just been a bit of a bloody start to this game.
I will take it. We need a little bit of excitement, a little bit of energy in this long day. Shout out to everybody that's been with us from the start, you the real ones. We do have the Q sweet spots coming to fruition here for Cube, though. He's got a lot of damage on the Zoom early on. Again, I like that you brought up, like, where do we see the pathing adaptations come through? We'll take a look back at the bottom lane and see actually what happened to iBoy. Looks like he just got caught.
Yeah,
Lollipop
Rain finishes off the minion, and then they're just able to delete him. I mean, full damage coming through from Elk off the passive and the extra ignite.
Wait,
and
what?
We got the kill on the top side. This was what I was about to say, was we needed to see Lian adapt his pathing, because you've got Hacker moving up towards his top side and Cube's lane is overextended, but Lian decides to do his Krugs and leaves Cube out to dry.
I can tell you the future right now, Dagda. We're going to get a replay of that one. We're going to get to look at that one again. I am a mind melder here. At least I hope we do, because I do want to see how Cube died at the top lane. But we'll get the gank in mid first, as Cryan gets away with a nice little seismic shove. They will have pathing for land now spotted out.
Yeah, I mean,
okay,
look,
there we go. There we go.
Yeah, but look, I mean, it's just going to be a case of, like, Hacker just comes up here. Look at where the wave is positioned, right? Basically, you have Cube trying to see if he can crash the fourth wave, which is super risky, but can net you a massive advantage because you get to reset and then can walk back to lane without having to use your TP. But it does mean that because Leon didn't actually support him, now Hacker's back here.
No, Hacker has flash as well. If he wants to follow it up, they do burn Cube's flash. So keep repeat gank and keep forcing out the resources of Cube from RA.
And this is really good from Hacker, though, right? We talked about the only real lane that Rare Atom can try and play around in these early stages is on this top side. So the fact that you have now Zoom getting some help to try and shut down these early plays means that Cube now won't be that monster that we were talking about. Now Rare Atom trying to see if they can respond by getting some control on this bot side, but I mean, Chelsea more than likely will actually clear this out as he goes back down towards the bot side.
And also just Hacker being proactive. right? Like getting to see that come through for Ultra Prime, I think is super huge. Where we were asking in the first game, like, where is Hacker? I want to see Hacker on my screen. Now we made the arc happen throughout all 3 games, and we've got to the point where Hacker's the first one on the board. Hacker's the one getting into and forcing Land's hand.
I would have to see if Hacker can kind of keep this one up. Lane now still eyeing up this mid lane, but Crying
spotted out on the ward. There gets the ward back though with the sweeper there. We do see a lot of bodies down bot lane though, as we'll get the trade back between Cube and Zoom. Zoom taking the bit of a worse trade on that one, I would say. As we did get Land spotted out, Hacker will now try to loop around towards mid lane, and Strive might have taken the bait here. Probably still does have the Valkyrie. I think he just used it though, so it might be just coming up off cooldown. Has to flash.
Yeah, taking a lot of damage, and this is what I wanted from Hacker, right? Gets to play his top, now helping Crying in the mid lane, and especially as Crying is about to hit 6 off this next wave. Now you can start to use the Weaver's Wall to try and make plays. Will need to reset though, just with the amount of mana he has, will pretty much be useless on any sort of roaming plays at the moment, but now you're getting those opportunities for Ultra Prime to make the plays happen.
TP utilized from Strive to get back into lane though. Get that push going for himself. Dragon has been started by Hacker, and looking at that proactivity, it's starting to work out for Ultra Prime. Lian looking to go for a bit of aggressive pathing, maybe towards this top side. It's just the Sejuani though, and this will be first objective secured for Ultra Prime on a come up in this 3rd game.
And I love that Ultra Prime are doing this because it means you get the Dragon, you get time to reset, and still contest the Rift Herald on the top side. Because when you've got the... Oh, hang on.
Yeah, a little bit dicey down here for RA's bot lane. It's been rough waters all along since that first kill went over.
Stealing away the blue, though, for Ultra Prime. Now they get the reset, they get pushed on bot side. This is pretty nice, and Yanja actually has to cancel the reset, and here we go.
Some trouble here. The Weaver's Wall to back it off as well. There's a blood about to happen down here in Ultra Prime's side, as they are still baiting out, trying to push this wave in to make sure that they can do this. It's a 4v2. See how they can handle this dive in the durability patch. It looks like the damage is going to go down. It's going to be a clean one. 2 kills, a flash from out just to make sure, but it's 2 right into Hacker's pocket, who now is 3-0 in this game.
Yeah, big wave lost. Zoom totally fine on the top side. He's going to be able to clear out that wave, so Lian can't respond. And now you can have Ultra Prime move up towards this Rift Herald as well. Ultra Prime, our botline still shoving in this wave. Might be a little bit dangerous with iBoy having TP'd in, but should be able to clear it out, as I say that. iBoy's still hunting, but yeah, I mean, now you can start to rotate and make sure you're able to keep up this pressure. Ultra Prime controlling the early game, and I mean, you could see it from a mile away, right? We talked about Crying hitting 6. Didn't have to go for the reset because of the honey fruit that was in the river, so he gets the mana off the blue buff, and it's just about poking them down as this wave goes in. I think it was a bit of a mistake here, where I'm not actually sure why Chelsea didn't take Tower aggro there, now that I say it. That was a bit of a weird one. But either way, the gank still goes well.
Yeah, it does. And yes, it was the flash for Elk, but you'll take that all day for 2 kills on Hacker, who is now just running away with this game at this point. iBoy and Yanja are on a roam here to try to get to mid lane. Rift Herald is on the table. Seismic Shove does come through here and hits Strive for a decent amount of damage. But you see, RA want to make a play on this first objective for themselves in the Rift Herald.
Yeah, I mean, you've got no Ignite there for Chelsea, but exhaust here for Yanja. Flashes pretty much across the board. Purple Strive. Cube should be up.
That was huge. The Glacial Prison goes wide there. Hacker gets out by the skin of his teeth there, as a lot of CC was about to come his way from RA. Oh.
Yeah, I like that Ultra Prime are playing this slow though, because you've no ult for Zoom, so waiting until that is back up before they try and fully contest for this. So nicely done by Ultra Prime right now.
Looks like they are just going to start up this Rift Herald as well, forcing RA to stick around. It looks like Land does not want to contest this. True Shot Barrage will spot out what they already knew, and RA look to just try and pick up some pieces left from this.
Yeah, Elk going to be able to move back down towards the bot side, so Ultra Prime get what they came for, and should be able to get themselves into position to defend all their turrets. As I say that though, I mean, Lian getting into the bot side to try and steal away some of these camps, but should be pushed off the other remaining camps by Ultra Prime.
The most important part of every breakfast, as it's now morning and I hear all the birds outside.
Chicken nuggets are part of your breakfast.
They are when you cast the LPL in North America, because it's morning time. But, Chicky Nuggies are part of every breakfast and every meal. In all actuality, though, getting that protein, getting those stacks, Lan actually trying to find something back, right? And I think that's super important to highlight as we kind of zoom down on the stats coming into this game. There is a gigantic CS differential in the jungle right now. And it's just because Hacker has gotten 3 kills, right? And we do see ultis popped in topside. Weaver's wall came down. Seismic Shove comes down as well. Cube just getting everything used. And now Hacker picks up his 4th kill. Speaking of him.
Yeah, flashing forward to take that kill as well. I think you probably could have given that across to Cryin to try and help him out a little bit, but Hacker is huge and is all over the place right now. Strive, though, will get some presence back in this mid lane, so at least getting some turret plates for himself, but should get one answer back here for Zoom in the top lane. But I really want to see this Rift Child used in bot, get Kai'Sa ahead, because right now it's great that you're getting some plays topside, but Ornn is not going to carry you.
He is not, but his ornaments might just do that, as Rift Herald still needs to be utilized now as Liang comes back on. Maybe he can try to defend against it if he can spot out where Hacker wants to try to pull the trigger on that one. But we have both junglers here. Liang still looking for something towards his bot side as he takes the aggressive path here towards his bottom lane.
Yeah, Shousey regretting life choices a little bit there.
A little bit,
Elk
little bit.
Feels like there's something up here. Doesn't want to push too far forward. Hacker is leaving the bot side as well, so Liang may be able to get something to work here with the ultimate.
He's just waiting. He's like, Elk, I know you're going to fall for it. It's going to happen. I'm just going to be here. You're going to come into my waiting arms, and I'm going to get a kill. It's going to be perfectly fine. We're going to get on the board. But right now, Elk is like, no way, Jose. I know there's something fishy here. I can smell it. And it'll
He's
just
a goddamn elk. They know what happens when they're
He's a
hunted.
damn elk. Oh, no.
Yeah.
We do have a return, though, and Cube not going to be having fun this game. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I didn't speak to him. I don't know him personally, but 0-3 is not going to be the way you want to go.
Yeah, he's called Cube because he's no longer around.
He needs one
Rare
more.
Adam
He
now
needs one more to
pushing
make the
this
cube.
mid lane. Yeah. Cryin, though, should be back here. Stripe going aggressive.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice little turret base race here. As it's not much of a race because Ultra Prime get the first one, no problems with the Rift Herald there. Mid lane actually didn't even end out in a play for RA. They still haven't gotten on the board.
Yeah, Cryin panicking a little bit, slamming every button that existed on his keyboard, but I mean, it still means that he gets out. Ultra Prime still get top tower as well. I mean, massive wins for Ultra Prime, and I mean, all
continues.
Oh god,
The dominoes keep falling. I just feel so bad for iBoy. He can't do anything in this one. Strive is here now, though, and Strive has damage. Strive can back this up. The rockets start landing, and he gets 1 kill. Now Elk is trying to go for some alcove gameplay, dodges out there for a second, but it's not going to be for much longer. One more auto attack will do it. Oh my god, Zoom just snipes the kill with the Ornn Horn, so it's another trade back. Yes, a double kill for Strive. RA get on the board, but Ultra Prime are absolutely in the driver's seat.
yeah, I mean, look, you're still going 2 for 2 on the bot lane play, and it's nice that it does go across 2 Strive, but Zoom able to get one back. You still have cover moving up towards the top side as well, so Aatrox can't get too much there. But again, why Ezreal doesn't work when Kai'Sa's open. Elk just sits here, cleanses the exhaust, killer instincts past the Braum shield, and there's nothing you can do. I still am so perplexed every time I see this picked up. At least here, Strive is able to come back into this and manages to get 2 kills back. But Zoom, as we said, finishes it off.
I can't believe Yanja gets sniped. I mean, that last auto attack was huge, actually. So, not bad for Elk, right? He got a decent amount of gold for that, the kill back and the assist. As we get back to the game live, we do have this mid lane coming at it. Let's look at that gold, though, before Hacker engages on iBoy. He does anyways, and iBoy has to use the Arcane Shift away. But a lot of blue names up there, and Ultra Prime feeling good about it. But Strive himself, not too shabby with the 2 kills for RA.
Yeah, First Strike helping out in that regard as well with the goal, but I just don't know if Strive is going to be big enough to carry this one. Elk is in a great spot. You have really good engage coming through from Ultra Prime, and Rare Adam haven't really managed to slow down the game, where Ultra Prime are definitely picking up the pace. I mean, nearly, well, just a 3,000 gold lead for Ultra Prime right now. Rift Tower going to be up momentarily, so they can use that again to try and crack up a mid lane turret, and I don't think you can really fight this as Rare Adam, because you've got a 0-3 top laner and a 0-3 AD carry.
I'm just going to say this is my big brain analysis. Poke works a lot better when you're in the lead. And
Yeah.
I'm sure RA is going to want to come back to that at the drawing board a couple more times after this one. But Ultra Prime are back in the mid lane now, looking for engages here. Both teams actually looking for engages. But now you have to look because Zoom has to respond to Cube in the bottom lane, so it's going to turn into a bit of a 4v4. And at this point, Ultra Prime, they can just keep looking for picks with the seismic shove.
Yeah, these flicks not quite landing though from Crying, so just barely playing on range. Leanne is able to avoid them, and now Strive going to be able to push in mid. You still got the Rift Herald up and available, and Rare Adam are going to very quickly move over towards that. You still have to be so careful of Zoom being able to find these engages, but he's moved down to the bot side and has no TP, so Rare Adam kind of realizing, hey, look, maybe we've got a window of opportunity here.
I'm wondering if Ultra Prime do want to go up here. They actually start initiating a back here for Xiaoxi. So the Rift Herald at least not on the table just yet, but already sticking around. I feel like actually they've been hovering this mid lane for quite a while. We now see Pink going that way up towards the Rift Herald. Maybe they'll look to take this objective, but it's a dicey situation for them to do so in any case.
Yeah, I mean, we're just playing ARAM at the moment. Zoom is going to be able to clear a bot side, so you're not really getting anything here as Rare Adam. Now Ultra Prime get the resets in first, so they're moving up towards this Rift Child, and they're instantly going to start it knowing that Rare Adam aren't on the map.
Nothing they can do about it. This is going to be another objective secured for Ultra Prime. Rift Herald's going to be huge, especially, I just feel like when you're getting in at 16.5 minutes, you have so many options. And yes, they've already busted down the two towers on top side, but you're looking at mid and bot, and also as distractions, or as another way, you know, to get cross-map plays while you're trying to take the next objective, say the dragon coming up here soon, and things along those lines.
Rare Adam moving into position, though, trying to see if they can support.
Oh, the seismic
the bot
shove!
side.
They tried to get out! They're just stuck! It's everything slowing them! The glacial augment, the kill comes through to Elk. Weaver's Wall now coming out, and Ultra Prime just want to continue this. Oh my god,
Oh,
Xiaoxi! Over the wall! What a monster! And now Cube has to run away. Ultra Prime are taking this game and running.
That was so sick from Xiaoxi. Just about clipping Strive on the Valkyrie and making sure that the wings of that plane go down. Ultra Prime now have the push as iBoy forced the arcane shift away.
That's Rift Herald. They don't even need it as a distraction. They can just use it to go straight up the gut of RA as Cube looking for a flank here. I don't know if it's necessarily the right angle as the tower does go down. Ultra Prime make it out.
And that's it from Ultra Prime now. They'll be able to push in towards this mid lane, get control over the top side jungle, and prevent RA from being able to really get that poke down around the barn. And if you ever have to face check this on Rare Adam, it's not going to go well. Leanne just isn't really tanky enough and doesn't have the escape options available because Crying can throw down that Robble Gripper.
Ultra Prime getting pressured off the mid tower. That'll be a tower secured for RA. So getting onto the board. They've gotten 2 kills now and a tower. We'll go ahead and look at a replay of that one. And you know, I know Swain has a move called Never Move, but at this point, it's the theme of the game.
I'm just surprised Rare Adam went for this. Like,
They
I'm
thought
not
they
gonna
could
lie,
get out.
I look at a Sejuani and I look at it in Braum and I don't see damage, but they went for that play regardless, and Ultra Prime punished correctly.
Also, I just want to say it's the first day of the week for week 3, but I feel like we've already had 2 plays that are like candidates for like, best plays of the week. Like, we've had some insane plays. That Xiaoxi hook was absolutely incredible. The reason why this guy got MVP last game, might be looking to get it again this time around, as he's had a huge influence in this one so far. But we do see reset now on the top side of the map coming out for Leyen. It means we do see also resets coming out from Hacker as well as Cryin. And we'll just get a little bit of time here. Baron coming up in 40 seconds. We need to look at where the vision game lies for both these teams, as also some item completions start coming across the board. We still don't have our mythic yet for iBoy, but he has completed a couple items now for RA, and that's where you're going to be looking for some damage potential.
I think the problem is, like, the damage is slowly coming through for our Adam. The tankiness is already there. For
It ain't
Prime.
slow, Dag. It ain't slow. That's Cube. Yep, that happens. And, you know,
Ripperino.
Cryin gets the kill, I guess.
Yeah, but this is why I was looking, going, oh yeah, you know, like, cool, you got 2 items for the Corki, you got 2 items now for the Ezreal. I mean, Zoom is a tanky as all hell in this top side. You've already got the Even Shroud completed for Chelsea as well, so he's in a good spot as well, where he can try and sort of, be a little bit of a tank, but also just have that extra damage coming in off of that support item. So overall, the pick potential sky high, the ability to play the map is incredible, the tanky stats are there. Like, Rare Adam are just running out of options here.
They are, and it's getting a little bit scary outside. It's 4,000 gold in the lead for Ultra Prime. It's not going to get any easier, it feels like, as the ornaments are going to be coming online now, as we have the first one completed. We're getting them as levels come through, and RA are going to start losing a lot more of their map, their own side of the map, especially jungle and things along those lines once Ultra Prime feel confident. Right now, they're able to clear some of that up, though, as Ultra Prime taking the moment to back, as 1:30 out from that next dragon. I'm looking right now, not much vision down that way. It could be soul point for Ultra Prime, so I'm sure that'll change here soon.
And this is the thing, Ultra Prime have made it so easy for them to just get mid-party because that mid lane terror is gone. And then you can just kind of lean whatever way you want. You can go left, go right, whatever side you need that objective to be on, you can start to get that vision control down. Rare Adam, though, trying to compete on this mid wave so that Ultra Prime can't actually establish themselves in river. So we'll have to see now if this ends up setting themselves up nicely, or if Ultra Prime can try and contest Rare Adam in the spot side jungle.
Maw has now been completed there, and as well for Hacker to have a little bit of healing, or a little bit of sustain rather, not healing rather. A little bit of shielding, and that'll be really nice for the engages, especially with a lot of magic damage coming across from the Corki now, working on the third item. But RA are setting themselves up pretty nicely here to try and pressure Ultra Prime as they come in. They're also committing the TP here from Strive, who does have package. Glacial Prison goes in. Xiaoxi in some trouble. They get Leyendo on the seismic shove. They might be in some trouble. Package still available, and there's the killer instinct to go in. Elk is a monster as well. Him and the bot lane for Ultra Prime are insane. Package goes through, but Strive is just dead. Ornhorn comes out as well. Cube is knocked up, knocked down, and taken out. Slowly but surely, he's getting a lot of healing, but Elk comes up clutch yet again, and only 2 members survive for RA.
I mean, there's just the Aatrox being knocked all over the place with all the CC that Ultra Prime have. Now there's only 2 members of Rare Adam left, and Baron is up and available. Cryin has the Weaver's Wall, but he spawns as well to help him get back over into position.
I just want to say, Elk is insane, but it is so clutch. He is killed with so much abandon, I feel like, and those killer instincts are insane. Baron getting so low, 3,000 health. They're trying to poke. iBoy's trying. iBoy is trying his darndest, and there is nothing that they could do but just watch and try to poke in some damage, as Baron does go over to Ultra Prime, yet another objective.
The Ultra Prime have to reset those, so maybe Dragon goes the way of Rare Adam, as Ultra Prime will have to run out of the base, but you'll see it here, right? Lian tries to get the engage. Xiaoxi is the hero to stand in front of the ultimate for Cryin. And it just means that now you get the answer from Ultra Prime. Elk able to go in and get the ultimate, and manages to start slowly but surely working their way through the Rare Adam health maps.
Yeah, that Strive package just trying to make a difference there, I feel like. And a little bit of desperation coming from RA just in those kinds of moments. But you've got to try something. You've got to be able to find picks, and in some way, Strive is a big damage source right now for RA, even if he hasn't hit the 3-item spike. See True Shot Barrage come across, but the tower is the focus right now for Ultra Prime. The Baron minions helping a ton here as they present all 5 members here in the mid lane try to knock down this tier 2.
I mean, they should get it here, right? Zoom is the bodyguard for this cannon minion.
Oh my god. And they just catch out Lian. There's nothing. And the insect comes through. Strive knocked up. It's a bouncy castle. And it's not RA's birthday today. Cube taken out again. They are getting decimated right now. And Ultra Prime want to make this a 2-1 series for themselves. They take down the inhib tower and the first inhib of the game.
iBoy and Yuyanja just standing in front of their Nexus going, lads, boys, somebody help us. This is all falling apart.
Where's the help? It's not coming today. Nexus towers are the folks. They don't have minions, though. They need to back off. They're playing a little hypey. Now they have the Baron minions to come, but they've realized they've overextended, and they'll back off for now.
Yeah, Ultra Prime going to be able to get away. That was absolutely beautiful from Ultra Prime and Rare Adam. They're just getting destroyed. 17-3, an 8,000 gold lead. And yes, it's 2 dragons apiece, but it feels like Ultra Prime, with the control they have, can do whatever they want. Leon getting caught there by Crying. Hacker, incredible there. Gets the knock up. The bounce house, as he said. Zoom even as well. Kind of predicting the flash there from Strive, knowing that that was only the real place he could try and go to. And Ultra Prime, they're styling on him.
Doesn't even have control of his character. He gets the flash, he gets the Valkyrie, but that's about it. You don't get to decide much else after that one. We did have 3 items completed now for iBoy himself, but at this point, the gold lead circling around 8,000 now. It's very difficult for RA to come back into this one. It's looking like a tried and true win for Ultra Prime, as they have been just out decision making RA, it feels like, across the board. Another tower falls now in bot lane.
And these last 2 games have been so much more comfortable from Ultra Prime. Actually finding these fights where you've got that strong setup in the front line, where you actually have the team fighting working out well for them. We said, like, they've been trying to play these compositions almost like they are pick comps, and that's not really what you want. But in this scenario, in this game in particular, Zoom has been playing spectacularly in the front line. They found really good opportunities to enable Elk.
Leon just eats rocks, apparently. Because he just keeps taking the seismic shoves to the face every time. And I don't know if Crying is just secret agent man with those at this point. He just keeps getting them. Not that time, of course. They cast first. But every time Leanna's around, it's hitting.
I mean, they just hit different with Crying around. Now starting to push in the top side. You got the opportunity to meet up with this lane in top if you want. Baron not up for another 2 minutes, a minute and a half until the dragon. Ultra Prime are kind of just toying with their food, seeing if they can bait Rare Adam into some of these objective fights.
Now we'll just have Inhib open in the mid lane, so that'll mean a lot of super minions coming there for RA to try to farm up. Maybe bring down this gold lead a little bit if they can, but it's not going to mean that much. And we still do have a little bit of time till the next objectives come up, about a minute and 10 seconds for the next dragon, which, again, RA got the last one, so it evened up 2-2, meaning that's making it a little bit easier for them to stall some time, but it's another minute and 30 until Baron, and you got to expect, if the Baron goes over to Ultra Prime, they could just end the game.
I mean, at this stage, it kind of just feels inevitable. Ultra Prime are in such a good spot, and as we said, Rare Adam have good poke. They have good items coming through on the likes of this Ezreal and the Corki, but unfortunately, they just don't have the depth of vision to try and make this poke stand. They don't really have a front line either, as Lien is just being battered and bruised by Crying every time he steps up. And even when you try and have Hugh provide that front line we were talking about, he's 0-6. He's only just got 2 items, and you're looking at 4 completed on some of these Ultra Prime players.
I'm going to pour one out for Cube, but I'm just saying he's 2 away from getting a Cube structure in his deck. So maybe there's a goal there. But yeah, Cube not having the greatest time. Definitely pouring one out for him in this one. It's a rough time to be an Aatrox, especially with the way that Hacker just kind of bullied him early by showing up so many times and just making it really difficult to play in that matchup. And now we see the fruits of the labor as Dragon goes over to Ultra Prime. It'll be sole point for themselves, and they can continue to pressure around this mid lane.
I mean, look, what we need, all right, is for Cube to die 3 more times.
3 more times. Is
then,
it 9 points?
All right, then he's 3 cubed, so he's 3 to the power of 3. They've lost in game 3 with 3 kills, and this game would end at 3 p.m. Irish time.
Oh my
I'm
God.
just saying.
All right,
that
we got a goal. Audience,
beautiful.
we got a goal. We have a goal for this game. If we can get Cube to 3 more deaths. Okay, that feels a little tough. It is what it is. It's happening in front of us. All right, Cube is not having a great game. It is about the next engage, though, and Xiaoxi's already looking right, and Zoom has the trigger pull on the Ornhorn. Baron is up. There is potential for Ultra Prime just to force a fight here and end the game if they want to.
Strive here with the with this package, try to see if he can play frontline, but as you can see, it doesn't really give options. It will end up clearing out the wave pretty nicely, but that's kind of it. As Ultra Prime now starting to step forward again, establish vision control for themselves. Cube is on bot side, does have TP, but Ultra Prime will just start up the objective.
Yep, and look how fast they burn it. Got poked, but how much is it going to do? We got to see it come online here, but it's not going to be enough time. Chelsea is just looking for the engage. Boy, Arcade shifts away. Here's the Ornhorn to come across, though. It tries to go, but it doesn't. It only hits Strive. And now we have a front to back established for RA, where Ultra Prime have lost all confidence, it feels.
Yeah, I mean, they've lost all their engage tools, so now Rare Atom actually do get to land some of that poke that we were talking about. So we'll have to see if Chelsea can try and find the hook here.
Beaver's wall is still there. Leon just keeps eating those seismic shoves. He's getting a lot of hell taken off of him, but Ultra Prime do back away after that. And iBoy, RA still finding prominence here in this game, even if they are at a deficit so heavily.
Yeah, Ultra Prime, I mean, look, they don't get the engage, but it's only going to be a matter of moments until everything else is back up. It's not like they had to invest anything that's on that long of a cooldown, so they'll take the L, they'll move back, and then they'll start to move again in towards this top side. Even getting the quicker resets here means that they get to contest this vision before Rare Atom are even in a spot.
They've almost got all 5 ornaments, all 5 Infinity Jewels, or in the Infinity Gauntlet, I mean. It would be nice to finish that last one for Chelsea, but maybe they don't even need it. As Hacker is now moving in, this is going to force the hand of RA. Chelsea does not hit the dredge line to go into land.
It's okay. Cryin will eventually hit the twisted flick, the Wingardium Levelienza that seems to just finally end every single time.
Good. That was so good. All right, well, what's else so good is the Baron going down. Hacker goes in, goes out, takes the Baron, and now it is all up to Ultra Prime to finish the fight here. They've already gotten Leyen on the side. Cryin takes out iBoy. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust, and Ultra Prime will come out on top. They're bringing Zoom back to base to TP in. They have Baron, and now it's Elk. He's a crazy man. He might have mad elk disease, but it's a beautiful time to be Ultra Prime. A double kill for the ADC.
And this is the time. Ultra Prime moving in for the base. Nobody on Rare Atom left standing. It took 3 games, but Ultra Prime will find the win.
We had to have the bangers. We had to have the full 6 games on the day. It is a pleasure to be in the LPL, and it is a pleasure to watch Ultra Prime win their games. What a way to finish the day. My goodness. What, the way that Ultra Prime did that in the end, right? So dominant. When we had such chaotic, it felt like, first game,